I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Music Theory Tuition series where I work with you step by step through the ABRSM Discovering Music Theory grades. I'll work through every single exercise and explain everything you need to know. You can access information about the books I have available to help you on my website. Go to sharonbill.com. For advert-free and longer lessons, you can become a patron at patreon.com/SharonBill. If you can give me a like, that would be super, and please do subscribe to my channel to stay updated. You can support this channel by buying me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/SharonBill. Moving on now, in the Grade 3 Discovering Music Theory workbook, we move on to page 7, still discussing the topic of rhythm. And between grades 1, 2 and 3 we've covered quite a lot of time signatures. However, they can be divided very simply into groups, showing where there are 2 beats per bar, 3 beats per bar or 4 beats per bar, regardless of what unit beat we're counting in. So here we see the top number 2, telling us there are 2 beats in a bar, regardless of whether each is a crotchet beat or a minim beat. And so both of these will have that same duple time feel, beat 1, beat 2, beat 1, beat 2. In the same way, all of these have 3 beats per bar, albeit that this is crotchet beats, this is minim beats, this is quaver beats. However, there are still 3 beats per bar. We would call this triple time, so we have beat 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, regardless of what unit beat we're counting. And the same when it comes to 4 beats per bar, we'd say quadruple time for both of these. These both have 4 beats per bar. Fair enough that this is for crotchet beats, this is for minim beats, but the principle is there are 4 beats per bar. They will both have that quadruple time feel. And so when we're counting how many beats per bar, we're just talking about the top number. And so exercise 9 is pretty simple really if we just keep our eyes peeled for the top number. So perhaps just go ahead and have a go at exercise 9 and we'll check it through together. We can see this has got 4 beats per bar, so it's quadruple. This has got 3 beats per bar, so we would say that was triple. This is 4 beats per bar, so this is quadruple. And so these two are quadruple, regardless of the fact that this is counted in crotchet beats, this is counted in minim beats. We're only concerned with how many beats per bar. And so here we have a duple time, 2 beats per bar. And here we have another triple time, just like this one. It's irrelevant that this is crotchet beats and this is minim. We're concerned with how many beats per bar. And so we're asked in this little box below to find some pieces that we've played or sung that will help us to show and sort of just register what time we are counting in. And so I've had a little rummage through some music. I do love a good music rummage. And so to find an example of duple time, first of all I had a look through the grade 1 ABRSM piano syllabus, and the C piece here, the Grasshopper, I'm not going to even pretend to pronounce the Hungarian title, but we can see here this is our split common time, the ABRSM, which we know is 2/2, and so it's duple time, even though we're counting in minim beats or crotchet beats, it doesn't matter, it's duple time. So there's an example of duple time. So I'm going to say grade 1 C2 piano, the Grasshopper. And actually, just out of interest, just to maybe perhaps complicate things a little bit, which we will be coming later, but just as a sneak peek, here, this is a recorder piece. I played it on my flute actually years and years ago. Frank Reisenstein's Partita. I particularly love the jig. And here we got 6/8, which is 2 dotted crotchet beats per bar. That is still duple time. We will be coming to that later on in this grade. So just as a sneak peek, We have the jig from the partita. That's a flute piece. Now, again, we're moving on a little bit, just a sneak peek at some other things that we'll be looking at. We have for triple time, here is Grieg's Nocturne, which is a piece I've played over many, many years. And this again is in triple time because it's 3 groups of dotted crotchets. 3 groups of 3 there, so we'll be coming to that later as well. So that's another triple time in a slightly more obscure time signature. So the Grieg Nocturne, I do suggest you have a listen to that. Nocturne, miss the C, because it's just the most beautiful piece of music. And actually, oh, here's a more sort of traditional version. So Handel's Sonata in E flat major. I'm just having a look over that at the moment, revisiting that. It's got an anacrusis, which we've just been talking about, and then we have an upbeat leading to triple time, 3 beats per bar. So we've got the Haydn. Did I say Handel then? It's the Haydn Sonata. Dear me. In E flat. And then we were singing this piece in choir some months ago, this St Nicholas by Benjamin Britten, and it's the only time I've ever seen this time signature, and it just proves the point. Here we're actually counting 3 semi-breve beats per bar. I have no idea why the composer chose to do this. I'm sure he did it just for the sake of it. And we will cover more on semi-breve time and these breves in later grades. But the point remains, that just shows it's still in triple time, even though it's an obscure unit value. So just out of interest, really, there. Not to confuse you, you know, forget it by all means if it's too confusing. But I just think it's interesting to see these different time signatures. So Britten's St Nicholas. That was a bizarre thing. And then moving on to quadruple time. So we're looking for 4 beats per bar. So we have here a Debussy piano piece, the Debussy Reverie. We're in common time here, which if you remember is 4/4. So the Debussy Reverie. And then I dug out an old favourite of mine from a choir piece, the Cantique de Jean Racine, by Gabrielle Fauré. I absolutely love this copy because just get a load of that moustache. What an amazing moustache there of Fauré's. And it's a beautiful piece if you can just get to listen to it. It's so lovely to sing. And again, we can see we're in common time. So we have the Cantique de Jean Racine. Very famous choral piece that is. And so, you know, do take the opportunity to have a rummage through any music that you've got and just be aware of what it is that you're playing and be aware of how the accent falls to show the emphasis of each of these meters of timing, whether it's duple, triple or quadruple time, and you will really feel how this accent at the beginning of each beat of the first beats of the bar really does give the musical quality that the composer particularly chooses those time signatures to represent. So that's that little page completed. I hope this is helpful to your studies. Please do like and subscribe to stay updated. If you'd like to support this channel, you can buy me a coffee, and for advert-free lessons you can become a patron. Do visit my website where you'll find many resources available to help you. Visit sharonbill.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.